When it comes to representation and inclusion, many tech companies are woefully behind where they should be. Despite being one of the biggest social media sites in the world, Facebook has essentially waved away any responsibility it has to monitor hate speech or misinformation. Twitter has tried to establish more rules that would build a more inclusive site, but inconsistent enforcement has meant the worst of the trolls still have a home. There has been one company, though, making steady progress in building a more inclusive, virtual space, and surprisingly, it's Pinterest. Pinterest has built a reputation as one of the kindest corners on the internet, and that's not by accident. The image-sharing social network implemented a creator code earlier this year focused on limiting toxic behavior on the platform. Over a month ago, the site rolled out a new AI to make search results for beauty tips and hairstyles less racist. Joining me now to discuss these efforts is Global Head of Communications at Pinterest, Dr. Lamia Jenkins-Thompson. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Thompson. So many of us women have experienced the annoyance of searching for personal care or beauty products, and then everything we see is like white women dressed up in something, or like white women rouge, and it's like, this isn't for me. So I'm really excited to see that Pinterest is sensitive to this issue. And just, to start us off, can you tell us how this issue was identified internally? Because so many tech companies feel like they're just really tone deaf. So what's different at Pinterest?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here today to talk about this important topic. Pinterest believes in being the most inspired place on the internet, and that means that we have to be really deliberate about cultivating a positive and inspiring environment for our pinners. And that means making everyone feel like they're seen and heard in our platform. And if you really think about it, it's our responsibility as a visual platform to really make sure that people see themselves in our product, regardless of what they look like.
So as you know, I also just want to point this out. I have consulted for a lot of companies, and I always tell people that you miss things when you don't have diverse folks who are in the C-suite and in these conversations and in these meetings too. And I've heard that Pinterest actually has some good diversity, so that there are different perspectives that are being brought to these conversations. So kudos to y'all for that as well. I want to learn a little bit more about the way you're using artificial intelligence with this search function to provide inclusive results for Black and brown beauty searches. How does that work, and what's the response been so far from the user base? People recognizing it?
Oh my goodness, I cannot tell you how many times I see on Twitter or on social media that people are saying, thank you so much for showing me my skin tone at Pinterest, right? We are so intentional about making sure that people feel positive. And if you think about it, 8 and 10 of our out of 10 pinners feel like they have a safe place on Pinterest. And it's because of our robust enforcement of kind of how we think about measurement and AI and those technologies. It goes deep in our core in terms of how we think about we present images on our platform.
Okay, so geek out with us for a moment. I mean, you are a tech company. Could you give us a little bit of dish for everybody who's watching that is interested in kind of the technology behind this? Some of us, and I'm going to raise my hand for this, are a little bit skeptical about the use of artificial intelligence in a lot of things, especially as it relates to us as Black folk, right? But you figured out how you take an algorithm and use it for good and make sure that it's programmed in a way that, it's thinking about inclusivity, et cetera. And so could you just talk to us about, some of the behind the scenes tech piece of this and how you're getting that right? Because I don't think other platforms are. So yeah, what's happening there?
Yes, we have an inclusive product team that is exclusively devoted to thinking about a lot of these different skin tones, a lot of disabilities, and how people show up in the platform. And so that AI takes AR try on, right? So you see your skin tone range, you're able to try on products and beauty. It controls the way we look at some of these products. And the algorithm really thinks about how do we be more inclusive? We have a whole team that's dedicated, led by Annie Todd, our company. And so her day job is to think about these really important AI issues and think about the algorithm and how do we make our platform more inclusive. So it's a ton of work that she does every single day. She and her team are strong and mighty, and we're continuing to make improvements each day.
No, I can appreciate that intentionality behind all that you're doing. It makes when I think of Pinterest, I'm always looking for something pretty and cool to like buy, generally, and I'm pinning
Yeah.
stuff into my little board. And there are a lot of creators who rely on people going through Pinterest and finding them, right? And as we've
Right.
heard in the world of TikTok and other places that so many black and brown creators aren't necessarily coming up at the top of the algorithm as the source for products and things we see. So I'm curious, do you have any intentionality around making sure that creators are getting their due and are actually coming up and being associated properly in those algorithms with some of the things that people are pinning?
Gosh, very much so. So recently we introduced story pins, and it's a popular space where over 50% of our managed creators, we made sure that they come from underrepresented backgrounds. And also, we had a goal of really highlighting those people in our creator fund. So, thinking about financially supporting those creators through our Today tab, Shopping Spotlight, our Pinterest shop. We've also thought about our Black and Brown businesses in terms of the Pinterest shop. We had a collection that featured over 20 plus Black owned fashion and business owners and 600 plus products. And so that just goes to show that we're really putting the pen to paper here and really thinking about these creators and really making it a safe space and also putting our money where our mouth is as well.
You have a Creator Fest coming up, right?
We do, October
Like,
20th.
tell us,
Have you signed up?
tell us about that. Yeah, I know nothing
Yes.
of this, so tell us about this and how that might help black and brown creators.
We're really excited about our second Creator Festival. It's going to be one of our biggest launches this year. It's going to be October 20th. So please feel free to sign up at PinterestCreatorFestival.com. But it will really feature all of our creators. It's going to be an introduction that will have celebrities and creators from all types of backgrounds showcasing their work and their amazing excitement about what they're creating on Pinterest, and to hopefully bring in more people to learn how to create with them, to bring them a bigger following, and to obviously engage with creators across different backgrounds and diverse communities.
Very cool. Dr. Thompson, thank you so much for joining us, and we will absolutely have you back soon. Thank you.